Oh, what's up, guys? King Fine here. As you guys know, I am in a new draft league, the SBN. I'm pretty sure it's the SBN. Let me double check. Saffron Battle Network. Got it. Yep, Saffron Battle Network, SBN. So we just finished the draft, and I wanted to make sure to let you guys know what I drafted for this draft league. And I think this is probably one of the craziest drafts I've had. This is a free draft, so you could pick whatever you wanted from whenever and all that. So my first round pick, I wanted to get a good steel type or a good dragon type or a good fairy type. I feel like getting your fairy dragon steel core out of the way very quickly is very good. Higher tier mines for that core is what I feel is the best, because those are the better mons, of course, and there's not a whole lot of lower tier good fairy dragon steel cores. So I was able to pick up Jirachi as my first round pick. I was about 14th seed, so I was pretty low down there, but I was able to get round picks. Not really round picks, but close to round picks because there's 16 people in the draft. But my first pick was Jirachi with base 100 stats all around. Stealth rocks, can be a physical attacker, special defender, physical defender, healing wish, iron head, serene grace is what I should have said, not iron head. But with all the versatility Jirachi has, it's one of those things that I didn't think I could pass. Plus, I got a nice psychic type, a great steel type, and I felt like it was a great addition to the team. And then after that, I grabbed Kieran Black. By picking Kieran Black, I knew that I'd have a powerhouse physical attacker, and its special attack is still base like 120, I believe. Yeah, base 120. Its defenses aren't bad. It's got base 720. Its base stat total is like 700. Yeah, 700. So that's a great stat pool thing. And Kieran Black is also my Z captain, which means I can run, if I wanted to, Z Freeze Shock, I believe it is, which is a physical ice move. And if I want to run fully physical Kieran Black, I have that option. If I want to run mixed Kieran Black, if I want to run special Kieran Black, it has both screens, roost. I can run a bulky Kieran if I want to. And I feel like Kieran Black is such an underrated Pokemon that I had to pick it up. I didn't know if it would be back around for my next pick, so I wanted to make sure I could get my Kieran because it is a fantastic dragon type, and I wanted to make sure I could get it as soon as I could. Well, not as soon as I could because Jirachi, of course. But I wanted to make sure I was able to pick it up because it's got some good moves. It's got rocks. I got not rock, but like rock slide. It's earth power, flash cannon, all that. So I wanted to make sure I could get Kieran Black. I feel like it's a very, very good mon. But what I was super happy about is that I was able to get Tornadus Therian in the third round. And by having a Pokemon that hits, 120? 121 base speed with base 110 and 100 attack and special attack, I feel like that is a fantastic Pokemon to have with its ability being Regenerator and then its access to U-turn. I can pivot around with my Tornadus. It's going to be crazy. I'm super excited to have Tornadus on my team. I haven't used Tornadus in a draft league, but I know it has a lot of versatile moves, so I feel like it's a great mon to have. I don't know why it has 0 IVs and attack on this. I gotta change that. That bothers me. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Easiest way, I guess. Not really, but Tornadus has such a versatile moveset, and Tornadus is also my second Z move user. You get 2 Z move users, and I chose Kieran Black and Tornadus because I feel like those are the 2 best candidates for it. But as you see, it's got dark, it's got psychic, it's got grass, it's got fighting, it's got fire, it's got pretty much every type that I can run as its Z move. So I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why I should have it as my Z user. And then my fourth mon is my fairy type pick. And I know it's kind of weird that I went Dragon Steel Flying, but I wanted to make sure I got Tornadus because Florges I was pretty sure wasn't going to get taken. And the reason I wanted Florges so badly is because of its access to Wish. I know Wish doesn't sound like that important at the time, but being able to recover up Kyurem, being able to recover up Jirachi, also recovering up some of the other mons that are in my 6 that you haven't seen, I feel like it's a very, very important thing to have. So having Florges to be able to Wish Pass and be able to not be like super setup fodder, because that's the problem with most Wish Passers, like Chansey, Blissey, they're easy to be set up on, where Florges, it's not like, I'm not saying that it's the biggest wall breaker, but it still has 112 basic special attack. That's a lot higher than most other Wish Passers. So I wanted to make sure I had a Wish Passer that could break subs so I couldn't like get set up on. And having base 154 special defense is nothing to sneeze at. That's insane. I didn't even realize that special defense was that high. But this is probably one of the craziest things. It's not the craziest thing. My last 4 picks were insane. But this is one of the craziest things that I saw was Latios went to round 5. And my thing about Latios right now is I really wanted to grab it, and I didn't think about, I really didn't think about it before I did it. I was like, Latios is still around, I'm going to pick it. So I picked Latios as my round 5 pick, and it's a great mon. It's got a lot of versatile moveset, a huge special attack, great speed. But the problem is, I already have a Psychic type and a Dragon type. So this mon, I feel, is kind of iffy. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I might use a free agency on it, but I might also keep it because of its access to Trick. It's base 110 speed, being able to outspeed the Swords of Justice per se, where Jirachi can't, and being able to get off a lot of damage on things. It might be able to hold its own. So I might keep it. I don't know yet, but make sure to check out the what is it called? The link down below. The link down below is my roster, and it has all the updates for you guys to see live. So make sure if you are curious if I still have them on or anything like that, the link down below. It's a app, not an app. It's a website that's for draft leagues, and you can look at who all is in the draft and everything like that, so you can stay up to date with everything you need to know about it. So if you want to know if I still have Latios or if I have any changes, I'll probably let you guys know on the YouTube, on the channel. But if you want to know like immediately, it's going to be in that website. So anyways, my 6th pick was Roserade. And Roserade, having access to both Spike and Toxic Spikes, having base 125 special attack with its grass typing and poison. I saw that I had a pretty big fairy weakness building. I mean, it's not a huge one yet, but with my other mons that I was thinking about getting at the end, it would have kind of built up. And then I really, really wanted a Roserade because it's a good mon, I feel. It's one of the best tier 3s, I believe Roserade is. I mean, it's not a tier league, but I still feel like it's a great mon to have. And if I wanted to start on a Fire, Water, Grass core, Roserade would be a perfect start to the core. So with the last 6, I was able to pick up my round 7 pick of Cobalion. Cobalion is a super interesting pick. It is base 108 speed, having access to stealth rocks is very helpful, and being able to pivot with my Tornadus, I felt was something I couldn't give up. And then having a good attack stat, base 90 isn't bad. I mean, it's not great, but it has access to Swords Dance, Calm Mind. Being able to set up on things, I feel like that's super, super good. So I also picked up Mandibuzz. I'm developing an electric weakness. I see that. That's part of the reason why I'm thinking about keeping Latios, is because of that electric weakness. But with Mandibuzz, I thought about having a good physical defender as well as special defender, and then having that access to a defogger, foul play, and the standard Mandibuzz. I felt like it was a great thing to pick up in my round 8. So yes, you see these last 4 mons. You see a Kingdra, a Pelipper, Heliolisk, and Swampert. That's my round 9, 10, 11, and 12 pick. And when I saw that Rain was still available, I was like, how is this still here? I don't know why Rain is still there in round 9, 10, 11, and 12. Of course, it's going to be available in round 12 if I pick up Pelipper in round 10, but that's kind of the plan. So, with that being said, I was able to pick up my mascot Kingdra for my Kalamazoo Kingdras, and my thought process was, even if someone sniped Pelipper, they couldn't have the best Rain Sweeper. And Kingdra with Sniper is a monster. So even if someone else picked up Pelipper, I could still put in a lot of work with the Kingdra. And then with Pelipper was needed because drizzle and rain and all that. And then having another pivot, U-turn, U-turn, U-turn. I feel like U-turn is a huge advantage in most battles. So I like building with a lot of U-turn and Volt Switch. As you see, I have quite a few pivot mons. So Pelipper fit that job perfectly, of course. The only thing I don't like is it's kind of got a low like base stat total. It's only like, what, 500? 440? Oof. I was going to say 420, and then I was like, I think that's low. But Heliolisk. I wanted an electric type so I could spam Thunder, and I was like, Dry Skin, Life Orb. I lose 10%, but Dry Skin gives me another 12%. And then having base 109 speed and 109 special attack is so crazy good that I really didn't want to give this up. So I went to go for Heliolisk. I was going to go with like Raikou or something else, but obviously I'm not going to pick up a Raikou in round 11. So I went Heliolisk, which is one of the best mons that were still available, but it's access to some pretty crazy versatile moves like Focus Splash, Surf, Grass Knot, Thunder, Hyper Voice, Hidden Power. I mean, there's not much else you'd need. But the only bad thing to that is it's got no defense or attack. So, I mean, there's always going to be some sort of trade-off. And I'm willing to pay for that trade-off because I feel like it's going to help the team a lot. And, of course, the last mon, rounding off with our round 12 picks, Mega Swampert. Mega Swampert easily one of the best Rain Sweepers ever. Aside from Kingdra, I would say Swampert's an easy number 2 Rain Sweeper, if not better than Kingdra. Base 150 attack. It's got a lot of bulk, so I could probably bring it even if I don't use Rain. Or I could also make it set up its own Rain, because with base 110 defense and special defense and 100 HP, it's going to be able to take a hit, set up the Rain, and break through a lot of teams. So having Swampert be able to do that, it's crazy to think about. And I don't understand why it's not drafted more often. I mean, obviously, it's not the greatest, but it's not bad. Plus, it's still got a huge special attack stat for having such great attack. Base 95 isn't terrible. Of course, having base 70 speed makes it a little slow. I believe 262 maxed. Or 262, not 62. Oof. So it's only like 500 and something speed, which is not super slow, but not super fast. Being outsped by some of those fast scarfers, which kind of sucks. Let's see here. What is it? I believe that base 110 speed outspeeds it, but I'm not sure on that one. So, anyways, I feel like this is probably one of the stronger drafts I've had, and hopefully, our battles can show how good this team really is. So, with that being said, this is your coach of the Kalamazoo Kingdras, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.